So today I went into a freedom formation for We Stand for the Animals, an animal rights organisation based in England. What a freedom formation is, depending on the number of volunteers, we get people in a cube, similar to Anonymous or the Voiceless and We the Free. There's various organisations. We show standard practice in the UK and internationally of farms and slaughterhouses. And then when people come and if they look at the screen, we go over and talk to them and ask them about how they feel about it.
Yeah, we ask people questions about their own belief systems, their own values, and we try and get to the heart of the matter and lead them to come to a conclusion themselves. And with the right questions, the right prodding, many people realise that the best way forward is to go vegan, and that's simply it. It's a non-action, it's simple, anyone can do it, especially in a first world country such as the UK here. And by going vegan, you're saving a lot of animals' lives. If you're, say, 20 years old and you go vegan today and you die at age 100, then that's 80 years of your life where you wouldn't have subjected animals to death because of your food choices. And the reason we do it is because we kill more animals in a day than we have each other in our whole history. By that I mean humans. So when you really think about it like that, it really is a massive injustice, and the reason it is continuing is because it's not confronted enough. And it is wrong, because if you put yourself in the perspective of these animals that we send to slaughter and that we use and exploit for their bodies, then there's no really saying it's not. And by virtue of supply and demand, it really does make you an animal abuser yourself if you do pay for these products. These places, these slaughterhouses, farms, and the exploitation of these animals only exist because people demand for them. And people usually don't think about it, they don't think about what they're paying for, what they're putting in their bodies. But when you really do, when you really confront it, and you look at it and think, wow, how the hell can I contribute to this? Then it makes it a lot easier. And when you think about the animal's perspective, then it makes it easier. And let me make this clear, there's a clear distinction between animal welfare and animal rights. So when people hear animal rights, they might think animal welfare, which is where you treat an animal a bit better, you have them living in better conditions before you go and send them to a slaughterhouse, before you kill them. Animal rights attacks the mindset completely, the mindset that animals are here for us. You know, it goes beyond food, it goes to circuses, zoos, any industry which uses animals for their own benefit. It belongs in the past. We don't need to continue doing this. We don't need to continue using animals as slaves for our own needs. I mean, they've done nothing to us, the majority of them, especially the ones that we use for food and for clothing. So sheep, cows, pigs, you name it. When was the last time you heard about a pig attacking someone? It's completely one-sided, and most of these animals, they can't stand up for themselves. They're not like a lion or a tiger. I'm talking about the animals we use as commodities and for food, so cows, sheep. You know, they're gentle creatures. I mean, and we take advantage of that. We take advantage of them. We take advantage of them not knowing what's going on, what's happening to them. It's a betrayal, really, because what these farmers do, they take these animals and they develop a bond with them, and at the end of it, they chop their necks open. Imagine if it was dogs or cats in these farms. How like outraged would you be? And a lot of Westerners, they find what like Chinese people do to cats and dogs outrageous, but we do exactly the same. The only difference is that the animals that we use for food and abuse are cows, pigs, sheep, lamb. And don't get me started on when people say, oh, this doesn't happen in my country. It does. The difference is that in this country and in poorer countries of the world is that we hide it. We hide the fact. We hide what we do to these animals. Whereas in the other countries, they just leave it out in the open. And they're just more conditioned to it. But I guarantee most Westerners saw what went on in slaughterhouses. They'd be considering going vegan almost instantly. It's not right. It's unnatural. It's unkind, it's immoral, and so many people are against animal abuse, yet their actions say otherwise. So that's why we do what we do today. We stand for the animals. Anonymous for the Voiceless, We the Free, any animal rights organisation. That's why we do it. Because without us, then these particular rotten truths wouldn't get exposed and they wouldn't be confronted. And then change will never happen, and we'll continue going on like this. And things that should stay in the past won't stay in the past. They'll continue into future generations, and the cycle will continue. So here we are at the event. This is in Kingston. As you can see, we have 2 people in the cube showing the public what really goes into their food choices and how animals are treated for animal products. So yeah, we only have a small number of 8 here, but when there's more, then it's a lot more effective. So yeah. So I just finished off with the event. Overall, it's pretty successful. They usually are. Usually have good conversations. There's 8 of us strong. Like I said, we make more of an impact when there's more of us. But yeah, I spoke to many people who weren't vegan. Some people who were vegan as well. They're saying that they might join. But yeah, you know, we're slowly but surely eroding away at the idea that eating animals is normal, natural and nice, and even the idea that using animals for anything other than living with them is natural, normal, necessary or nice. So if you are vegan, great job, thank you for doing so, part of the future, and you can get into activism. It's the single best thing you can do to help out with the movement. There's lots of events about, loads of them around now, so I'm sure if you cared about it enough, you would be able to find time for it. And if you're not vegan, maybe it's time to reassess that fact. We're not going anywhere. Animal rights is a social justice movement with the aim of eradicating speciesism, a term which I'm sure not a lot of people are familiar with, but a prejudice which is very much real, and like all prejudices, should be put to an end. So ask yourself, why are you not vegan? And if you're an anti-vegan troll, then fuck you, get off my page. Not interested in talking to people like that. I'm not anti-non-vegans, but I certainly think it's the direction people should head towards. Anyway, that's this vlog over. Have a good day, everyone. Go vegan, stay vegan, get active, and then eventually we'll get a fully vegan high street in a bit.